Hey guys, big welcome back. Hopefully you are enjoying the start to summer, and up here this Canadian boy definitely is. We went camping this past weekend up in Orillia, Ontario, and I thought I would show you guys a couple of clips from the journey. Now, this video is basically all the footage I got. Like, I trimmed out a couple little parts or whatever, but I brought my drone and 3 half-powered batteries, and that's it, unfortunately. So my full footage was only about 20 minutes, but some of it was no good, so I didn't even bother with it. But yeah, that was quite upsetting to get up there because it's a couple hours away from where I live, Orillia, Ontario, and realized, yeah, that I didn't have the charger. Later on we're gonna do some flying around over at the our RV park where we were staying. This was just at the little Orillia beach. For those who don't know, Orillia is, I believe it's about an hour and a half north of Toronto, hour and 20 minutes, something like that. It's kind of a quiet community. It had been many, many years since I'd been up that way, but it's actually developed quite a bit in the time that it had been since I was there. But it seems to be progressing nicely. It still a lot of green space, as you can see, lots of trees. So it's not overdeveloped. There are some condos and stuff going in, but it was an enjoyable weekend, and I'm going to give a shout out to Hammock Harbor, which is the campground I'll be showing after. They, you know what, they were very friendly folks. When we went on Google and you type in camping Orillia, only 3 sites come up. I believe it was like 2 provincial or 1 provincial, these guys, and another one anyway. These guys had the best reviews, and when I went there, you could see that they had earned it. They had, they were very friendly. They did a little guy, or not a little guy, a guy drove around on his little cart, took you to your spot, and kind of they answer any questions you have. So they bring you right to where you're going to set up your RV. So anyway, if you're looking to camp for some reason up that way, that actually was a pretty good place. And that aside, it just happens to be like the cheapest. It's like 36 bucks a night. So that's very reasonable. The provincial one I think was about 50 a night, but it wasn't based on that. I was fine with the 50 a night. The provincial one didn't seem to have a pool though, and my son likes to have the pool to swim in, so while I was there, I told a lady that I would take some pictures of her pool for her website because it didn't show very well on the website. So I'm going to be emailing her some pictures just so that they can have them and use them as they like. Yeah, it was a very enjoyable weekend. We got some rain come in on us on our last night there, but that was no big deal. We got there's a couple TVs in there. We just sat in the living room in the trailer and watched a couple of movies. So here we are actually over the site, and it's not a very big campground as far as campgrounds go. Like some are a lot bigger than this. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go fly Fern Resort. I was kind of hoping I could have there's a big luxury resort place just down the road, but I could not because of lack of battery power. So anyhow, I'm going to end up chasing a boat a little bit out here, but I think I'm going to do that right now in the video. Yeah, and look how clear that water is. It's you'd almost swear that you were somewhere tropical, like that's how the water looks down in the Keys. Really, if you watch my Keys flight, with the exception of we don't have palm trees lining ours. But anyhow, so this boat, I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna go try and watch a fisherman catch some fish. Like how sweet would that be in such clear water? So that was kind of the goal. But as I was coming in, he fires up the motor and gets to motoring away from me. And I was trying to stay high because I didn't want to spook him. But I'm sure at this height that there's no way he even saw the drone. I imagine it was time for him to go. But yeah, it's too bad because I was really thinking, oh, this is going to be sweet. And oh well, maybe next time I'll go find some more people fishing in clear water like this. Another thing I'll talk about is the people that ask. I get a lot of people asking. I'm sorry for the ones I haven't answered, but a lot of people asking about my range. That how do I get such good range with my Phantom? And simply put, I don't know. I do have a windsurfer. I haven't actually used it in a while because I haven't been, purposely going on very long flights. So like this is just, my normal antenna. Um, and I have commented to people telling them that it may sound really stupid, but I almost think that my truck is working like a signal booster, and it's probably the dumbest thing ever. But it is made of aluminum. It's the new F-150, so it's all aluminum. And if you buy a range booster thing like I've got, like the windsurfer, that's exactly what it is. It's a piece of plastic with aluminum put behind it, behind the antennas to amplify the signal. So if there's anyone out there that's really, technical and knows this stuff, you tell them. You can chime in here. Tell me what you think. Do you think that that's even possible? Because I realize I'm going a lot further than a lot of other people in some of my flights, and I maintain, good signal. Like, it's not uncommon for me to go, 3-4 kilometers on a flight from sitting in my truck. This particular flight, I'm not sitting in my truck. I'm just standing outside at our campsite. But I just mean that I do. Um, Another thing I'll mention, and I should have had it in my tips video, and I didn't put it in, is that I always land facing away from me. And the reason for that, and you should really consider doing the same, is when you're facing towards you, your right is now left and your left is right, and so it kind of it can screw you up. And I actually, the one day, I never talked about this before. I never used the footage. I don't even know if I recorded it or not. Anyway, I bumped my drone into the side of the truck, and there's little swirlies from the props there now, and all because I didn't aim it the other way. So every landing I make, when I'm getting close to time to land, I normally like to catch it in my hand actually. And I was going to take a picture of my trailer. I didn't bother, but anyway, I always face it away to make it so that it does better. And I don't know why I have the ending kind of not at the ending, but anyway, that's what happens when you put the clips in the wrong order. But try it and see if you find that it makes it easier, or if you already do that, comment below just so other people can see. I find it a lot easier anyway. It just makes it as if you were flying it, like, sitting in it, flying it, right? So it's when you're trying to do those final movements to come in for your landing, which I don't land on the ground. You guys can comment below. Do you guys land on the ground, or do you catch it in the air? I'd say 99% of the time I catch it in the air. I've had a few of the tip overs, and they're unexplained tip overs on landing. You land it, you think it's down all the way, and then all of a sudden it just pops and flips to the side. So I don't even risk it. It's easy enough to catch it. So I think we're going to be pretty much wrapping up that flight. I know it's not anything too crazy interesting, so I do appreciate the people that stuck around this long. And if you have, that means that you must have somewhat enjoyed the video, which is where I'm just going to ask you if you wouldn't mind if you'd leave a like. It helps me get my videos discovered. And comment below if you have anything you'd like to add to anything I've said here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you soon on the next video. I've got tons of them on my computer, so going to be getting them up for you. Alright guys, see you later and have a good week.